This week saw the inaugural TGL League of Golf. Now, could this be the future? Today we're going to talk through exactly the highs, the lows, and give a little bit of a brutal opinion on what I think about the TGL League, Rory and Tiger's new baby when it comes to golf. So first of all, guys, I think it could have a huge say in the rise of screen golf. You know that I love my simulator here, we use it quite often. We're going to play a couple of holes here and maybe have our own little TGL league and see if it could be the future of golf. Now, the first thing I want to address is some of the comments around the TGL league that I've seen on social media. Some people really like it. I think it does depend how old you are. I think it depends how long you've been playing golf. It depends on potentially what you want to be watching. Now, not all the comments were negative. There were some quite good ones. I think they've got a good building block to go at, and some of the positives I've wrote down on my phone. So we're going to play a couple of holes here on the golf stand, like we said. What course should we play, Bobby? Where do you think? Bay Hill. Bay Hill. Is there a reason why you'd like to play Bay Hill, Bobby? I think we all know why, but we're going to save that for next week. So we'll go that way. And for me, this is such a great way of potentially playing golf. Do you want to show them outside, Bobby, while I set this up? But in places where we do get horrible winters, can potentially be the future. So one of the things that I really liked about last night on the TGL League for me, we had Tiger and Rory there on the inaugural night. Whether or not they're going to be there every night, I don't know. Obviously, they do have their own teams as well. So as we know, there are 6 teams in the TGL League. There are the Atlanta Drive Golf Club, Jupiter Links Golf Club, New York Golf Club, Boston Common Golf Club, that's a strange name, Boston Common, Los Angeles Golf Club, and the Bay Golf Clubs. There's a couple of really big teams there you'd probably enjoy watching. I quite would enjoy watching, obviously, Tiger. I'd enjoy watching Rory. One thing I don't quite get, and I do understand why they've tried to do this, using the major cities in the US for the teams. Obviously trying to get people to support their city, support their team. It's quite interesting whether it might go worldwide and essentially have different elements, but not many of the people who are playing are from that city. And I understand the logic of that because not many people who play for Liverpool are from Liverpool. There's a couple who play for Manchester United from Manchester, and so on and so forth. But I'm not sure. Should we tee off, Bobby, and have a go? So this is the first hole at Bay Hill, Bobby, this one. So it's a slight dogleg to the left. Quite looking forward to going here next week. In regards to the TGL League, obviously it is kind of Tiger and Rory's baby. I watched some of the highlights this morning. One of the problems I think they're going to have, especially for the UK audience, is it was on at 2 a.m. last night. I'm not staying up to 2 a.m. to watch that. I might stay up to watch like the Masters or something like that. But obviously it has to be prime time in the US, doesn't it? So it's going to be like 8 p.m. US, 2 a.m. UK. Now the issue with that is you can't really watch it on social media. So there's no real kind of big YouTube channel just to watch it live on like Live Golf does. And it pains me to say that because I think without Live Golf, TGL doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen as quickly. I think they've kind of tried to push it forwards a little bit, but I also think, so the replay on Sky Sports, there's one at 1 p.m. this afternoon. There might be one later on tonight maybe, but it's not really catering to get the UK eyes on it or European eyes on it, especially. Get over, get over, get over! I'll tell you what, it's not a bad effort. Do not go out of bounds. We have gotten away with that one. So that's where you'd, ooh. Now this is interesting because this is what TGL doesn't have. It doesn't have a movable sloping floor, but what they do have is a proper grass tee. I think that's fantastic. You can see on screen now when they kind of bring it in with a crane for the new round of golf, they're taking actual divots, they're hitting out of actual bunkers, which is obviously going to be quite expensive. They must have fields of these kind of boxes to kind of move in. But then you think about it, it's the screen is like, it's 24 times the size of a normal screen. 24 times, 80 foot. Now they actually run it similar to the kind of NHL. I've got this off Twitter. I'm reading this off here just to make sure I get like the proper information for you. So they're going to run the regular season point systems very similar to kind of the NHL. I'm kind of reading this off my phone to make sure I get it right for you guys. So winning regulation, 2 points. A winning overtime, 2 points. Why would that be the same? Does that make sense? A loss in overtime, so if you get to overtime, you still get a point, basically. Loss in regulation, 0 points. Last night was a bit of a whitewash, wasn't it? What do we have here, Bob? We have 130 yards. Right, gravel, 135 to the flag. Slightly above the feet. Be the number. Be the number. Sit, sit, sit! Now, a couple of things I really liked about it was the pace of it, the shot clock. The idea that you can see the shot clock very similar to baseball, and that I think that in actual golf would be very interesting as well, because there's nothing worse than slow play. And I also think it might get more people playing golf on simulators, just like we are doing here. Oh, Bobby, we're in the fairway, so we can have a nice little chip. We've got 10 yards. Very brand appropriate. We're using a little Tiger Woods wedge here. Very old one, but it's just the studio wedge. Come on, 10 yards. And one of the things that I didn't really like is the gimmies. Like, I think if you're on an artificial green like they are, the fact that that green moves artificially is incredible. But I think make them put out. I want to see the best players in the world put out from a couple of feet, especially if it's indoor, and obviously the greens are going to be absolutely perfect. That's a par on the opening hole here at Bay Hill, Bobby. A couple of things I wasn't so sure about were such as like the holes and stuff. I think, why not play some of the best golf holes in the world? Instead, we had like the plank, pick your plunder. I mean, that. Again, I think potentially I see what they're trying to do and I see what audience they're trying to get at, because I do believe this will get more people into golf. Whether or not it gets more people into golf, outdoor golf, going and playing 18 holes, I'm not so sure, but I certainly think there's a method in the madness as such. Right, 198 into the wind slightly. We've got a 5-iron. Oh, that's left. I've hit that so good, but it's left. How far's that gone? Oh, it's a 4-iron, not a 5-iron. Not doing very well at hitting greens, Bob, are we? Go on. This is what I do like about, especially the kind of golf song simulator and things like that. You do get kind of real life scenarios and real world elements to it. 4 feet for par. Oh, it's par is bogey, isn't it? Bogey, because we hit the stupidly wrong club off the tee. 437 yard par 4. One of the things that I found quite interesting, having watched the highlights this morning as well of this, is how much sponsorship's gone into this. I don't think we need to lose track on why the guys are doing this. It's obviously quite a big payday, isn't it? And like I said, I don't think TGL would necessarily be around yet if it wasn't for the likes of Live Golf. If you notice, there's no Live Golf players on it, is there? Am I right in saying that? So we have the hammer. So if a guy throws the hammer in, then that hole's then worth double. And that happened to Shane Lowry last night. Oh, sorry, this morning. The hammer is delivered by FedEx. That's so American, isn't it? It's brilliant. I quite like that. I like that they are kind of monetizing everything. There's the Best Buy have something as well, and KPMG have something. It's like, it's interesting. It's very, very American TV. Sit. Sit. Oh dear. It's safe. It's going to be blocked out though. So one thing I like about the golf stand is you do get all your numbers down on the bottom of the screen that you saw there. One thing that I can't believe we don't have in the TGL League are the players' numbers. It's absolutely wild, isn't it? That so like Tiger will hit a drive and you don't know his ball speed. You don't know where it's come out the face or anything. What do we have here? 111. 111. Hook it round. Go.
Fairway.
Not a bad effort. We've not hit a green in regulation yet, Bob, to be fair. I don't think we're going to get a call up to the TGL League anytime. What I enjoyed was the barstool stuff around the TGL League, around the simulator. I think the room is fantastic. I don't know if they've maybe gone a little bit too far with all the rules and the hammer and things like that. I think people who are going to maybe get into it, 30 yards. Go on, go on. Oh, this is going to be a testing putt. This is going to be tough.
I think it's left 1.5 cup.
Now, one of the interesting things about the TGL League as well is obviously they've built the SoFi Stadium, of course it is, in Florida, and that's the only place I believe that you're going to be able to go and see it. So will people travel to see it? We're going to Florida next week, and we did get a chance to go. We're not going, something kind of, this sounds awful, something better kind of came up. But will the residents of Florida potentially go and get, do you mind? Will the residents of Florida potentially go and get like a season ticket there? Is that something you can do? If you're going to support your team, and this is the thing I can't get my head around having the named after the cities, so the New York and the Green Bay, and not Green Bay, is it? What is it? Such as the Bay and New York Golf Club and stuff like that. If it's New York Golf Club and they're never, ever, ever, ever going to play it in New York, are you going to get the New York fans into it? I understand the televised aspect and things like that. And I guess the lasting point for me is the impact this is going to have on golf, because so many golfers, especially professional golfers, are saying that they're already too busy. They already have like too much travel, too much going on. So I know this season runs kind of inside the off season and things, doesn't it? But like last week, Justin Rose was at the TGL League, wasn't he? And this week he's in Abu Dhabi playing in the whatever the Sevi Trophy is now called, and then they're going to be back. So I don't know. Like I think they're going to have to be paying the players quite a lot to essentially keep them happy, especially with the amount of sponsorships and stuff there are on there. The shining light, the best thing about it, Roger Steele, he's involved, isn't he? So we like Roger. Yeah, Roger's helping out with MCing and whatnot. I mean, it's not my best work, but we'll take it on the final hole. What do we have in? 207. Go. Go. We've hit it excellent out of the rough. Oh, we've carried the bunker. We've carried the bunker. So, Bobby, you're a young man-ish, kind of. Is it something that would appeal to you? No. I find that amazing because even like the merch and stuff, the merch is quite interesting. Yeah, but I can go and watch the live. I can't go and watch TGL. Yeah. Fair shout, right? 27 yards. Let's hold this for a birdie to finish.
I'm not watching it at 2 a.m.
I'm not watching it. I'm never watching it at 2 a.m. now. So, guys, oh, birdie. This is to get back to level for the round. So, to round up my brutal opinion on the TGL League, I think I like it. I like where it's potentially trying to get people into golf. It might have that kind of top golf effect that we saw a couple of years ago when people all of a sudden started going to the driving range who'd never played golf. I do really enjoy playing screen golf. I know a lot of people who do as well. So guys, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. I'll leave you with one last one. Because driver's not been that good today. I might have to get off Bay Hill and go to the driving range, which wouldn't be ideal because I do enjoy this. But lots to come. How much better is that? Oh, sign me up. Sign me up.